Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin. I'm a film critic and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do where we talk about new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, that sort of thing. So if you like movies and film culture and you like to see people pick it apart, please consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the new film The Little Things from writer-director John Lee Hancock, starring Denzel Washington and some other people, that has debuted on HBO Max and in theaters at the same time. This simultaneous release strategy is now the second release Warner Brothers has put out in this vein after Wonder Woman 1984, and every movie Warner Brothers releases this year will be released the same way. So most of the movie is going to be about the film itself and my feelings about it, and then a little bit at the end I'll talk more about what I think of the release strategy and how this film features into that. The movie stars Denzel Washington as a disgraced former homicide detective from LA who now works as a grunt cop in a smaller county who becomes embroiled in investigating a series of gruesome murders that resemble the case that drove him off the job in the first place. He winds up teaming up with the golden boy sleuth who replaced him, played by Rami, Malek, a straight-laced religious rookie in over his head with the case that's beginning to consume him whole. At the outset, I wasn't that into the movie because it feels a little bit like an ill-conceived buddy picture. Like, essentially, Denzel is playing the kind of cerebral, detail-oriented veteran who is the perfect role for this particular brand of star power, while Rami is playing an uptight company man whose subtly unsubtle intensity would be perfect in a procedural television series that I would never watch. But as they grow to respect one another and bond, it becomes clear that this movie is very structurally similar to David Fincher's Seven, only with basically none of the flair or originality. When it gets into a good groove, its consistent atmosphere of delicately curated dread and solid acting overpowers its horrendous score and meat and potatoes vibe, making for a thriller that's comfortable in its discomfort, the kind of throwback that's hard to hate even if it's not particularly impressive. But somewhere around the midway point, Jared Leto joins the show as the prime suspect for these grisly murders, and his performance is so irritating and obvious that it drags the picture down considerably. Look, I will defend Jared Leto as Jordan Catalano and as the Joker to the end of my days, no matter how few people agree with me on the latter, but I otherwise cannot stand to see him in movies because he always takes me out of whatever I'm watching. We also give exception to Fincher's Fight Club and Panic Room for obvious reasons. The film becomes such a bland retread of similar films that it's easy to want to doze off, but the final act takes a somewhat predictable turn into a murky, morally gray area that would be genuinely stirring if it wasn't so obvious where the movie was going. The ambiguous conclusion is solid. Look, it's fine. It's a fine little movie. I think Hancock is a talented journeyman as a director, but it's not a surprise to me that his best films, The Rookie and The Founder, aren't films where he pulled double duty as a writer. Technically, the earliest drafts of the script were penned before Seven ever came out, but the final product can't help but feel like a flaccid reimagining of that film's pet themes. The result is a chill little way to kill 2 hours, but not something you need to go out of your way to watch. Which brings me to its release strategy. Warner Brothers is releasing every movie in its 2021 slate in theaters and on HBO Max at the same time. And the thing is, The Little Things is the perfect movie for this release strategy because it's a decent picture, but it was gonna get released in the January graveyard anyway and not make much money and then not be talked about possibly ever again. So it's the perfect film to throw to the streaming wolves to allow for there to be a movie that people can see that's a new thing that drives people to the platform, but it's not like something you're gonna go out of your way to check out. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Warner Brothers' upcoming slate, it's a pretty varied and interesting lineup of films, each catering to different audience needs. And if we're being honest, The Little Things is probably the weakest film on that entire slate. Like, look, I kind of have to grade The Little Things on a bit of a curve because I didn't have to leave my couch to watch it. It fits sort of the new, post-COVID movie viewing lifestyle where we just kind of accept new movies as they come out because we're happy for any new movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, if MoviePass still existed and we weren't in a global pandemic, this would have been the perfect MoviePass movie. This is a movie you would gladly pay $10 a month to see for free. You understand? Like, it's that kind of movie. It's not something that would get you out of the house otherwise. And that's okay. Like, not every movie has to be a big blockbuster or whatever. Like, I'm totally cool with regular meat and potatoes thrillers like this one. I do wish it was better, sure, but I wasn't like offended or angry or disappointed. I was just kind of like, all right, this is nice. I like watching Denzel Washington and things. Rami Malek is like fine, like he's tolerable in this, I guess. Jared Leto sucks, but I mean, Jared Leto kind of always sucks. So like, what are you gonna do about that? My final verdict is, I think Little Things is a nice little movie. It's like the softest possible recommendation I can give. Like if it was any less good, I would say don't, but it's like just above that mark where I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Watch it. It's 2 hours, whatever. You might dig it. Also though, you could just watch Seven. Seven's really good. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the little bell icon to get notifications when I put out new videos. And if you have any thoughts about this movie or Denzel or Jared Leto or Seven or whatever, you can hit me up in the comments below. Happy to talk to you guys anytime I can. So I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, being good to yourselves and each other, and wearing your masks. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.